Nyame bofo ene DJ Aries masantina makonwa mu biem ewo in Foritech online television anopa bosuo ene minimi nua ba your friend is saying Christabel but our local name e oboni din local name your friend is saying ubetimi abo atreme
me local name I am Cedise Oooooo ade pena kumiwa adesi
ade pena kumiwa adesi Yeah, today we're coming to do the morning program. It's news around the world with me, DJ Aries, and my host, Adia Penal DC. Sister DC, now what to say? Namia do me so me ho ye pa. Enyode. Nti asiyo bafwe so mi mu. Ah. DJ Aries said I missed our studio no nanso many abrepa o serious me dada o many abrek o say crodom muni ma dey friend crodom many abrepa say crodom asante for minim say moti ase. All right, viewers and listeners, it's the morning program again with me, DJ Aries, with my sister, Christabel Adiepena Adesi. Sister Christabel, what do you have for us today? We'll have to move straight to Ghana, GH. You know, as we being Ghanaians, we can't leave our country, Ghana, in it. So let's go straight to Ghana. What is the news which is trending in Ghana today, please?
At the moment, as for Ghana, let me put it in our local dialect. Almost Sadia Chin one tiasem for our Ghana. So every day there is something new. And that is one country that you don't live in to be sad. Because every day there is something new. So far so good. I learned there is. Let's look at this. Maybe those in Europe, America, we in South Africa. Maybe it will be of a good benefit to us. Okay. I learned there is a depreciation in the currency. I just noticed it now. Oh, yeah, because in December, making transaction home was something hectic. Okay, so when you say that depreciation, that means that the dollar is falling to the now it looks like the city is falling again. Right, the city is falling. Yeah. Right. Yes, I told the people that no, you didn't pay. We didn't pay our debt. The money which we're supposed to pay our debt with the Reserve Bank, we were using it to depress the dollar, and it's going to go against it. Yes. Serious. We had a show about that. At the moment, with us. It benefits us because if I take small currency and send home, that's a lot. You understand the game? Yes. Because in December, I sent some money. When they tell you that 2,000 cedi is almost getting to 4,000 South African rands, you realize like what is going on. You don't mean it. Serious. But at the moment yesterday when I checked, 1,610 South African rands is now 1,000 cedi in Ghana, and it won't shock me that tomorrow or even today, it can still goes down. Okay. So at the moment, this depreciation will surely cause again another commotion because in history, as I was growing up, it was only last year that I noticed ending of that fuel prices. It didn't go up, but they were able to bring it they did reduction in it.
And they subsidized it.
Good. And even it affected transportation. Yes, the transport union, they never wanted to agree.
Okay.
Because they said afterwards they were giving an excuse. At first, when they increased fare, they said because of fuel. Now when the fuel came down and they needed to bring the price down, now they are talking now about parts.
Okay.
The spare parts, what. So I believe that this time it looks like it will go up again. And I just saw it just now, the depreciation. When it depreciates, that side, it doesn't favor them though.
Okay.
But we are out of the country. Okay. It really favors us.
Okay.
It really does. It really does.
So in this case, that means that someone is not doing his job well. I don't know, the finance minister. The finance minister, I looks like, I don't know what I should say to President Nana Akufo-Addo. I don't know, because now the finance minister has been given another. He is now acting as the trade minister. When our ally stepped down. And that topic needed to be treated. So I don't know if now Ken Oforiatta, the Honorable, it's a finance minister, and at the same time, I don't know if he wants to be Minister of Trade and Industry. I don't really know. But as for Ghana, the issue there, the story will just come. You won't even finish dealing with it. Another new one will come. So it looks like that's a country that every day, if you're a journalist there, don't worry, you will get a story every day.
Viewers, you will be back.
A story to tell.
That one is something. And apart from the depreciation of the currency, some of us, when we get to a point, we don't identify our political status. For security reasons. Maybe one day someone will know my political status when I decide to come and become an MP. Oh yeah, I'm a political person. And I have a dream of going into politics sooner than later. Yeah, now in Ghana we have a lot of parties, but at the moment the two powerful parties MPP, the one we call New Patriotic Party, and the NDC, National Democratic Congress. That is the elephant and the umbrella. Good. At the moment, with my information at the hand, says NDC has already brought out the prizes, the nomination dates, file everything. Let me just go through a little.
Go through a little for us.
For us to see. If you ask someone who is a politician, if you ask them money and they don't have it, my dear, try to understand them. Ne? Because it looks like it's not easy. That's why once they get there, the deed should be done. I have the NDC presidential primaries. Opening of nomination, February 22nd, 24th. I'm talking about 2023.
Yes.
Submission of forms, March 20th to March 2020. March 20th and 22nd March. Vetting is 27th March to 29th March. Appeal process, 30th March to 6th April. Election date, May 13th at 227 Voting Center, including sales and national headquarters. But this is what I want us to look. Nomination forms for NDC presidential primaries is 30,000.
Hello. Hold on.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Good, Erismo.
Okay, okay, right. I'll let you hold on, my sister Christabel, because we have someone on the on the line which he just want to brief in something small. Okay. Hello, Elare, fitalemo.
Ela kalimera Erismo.
Karimera, Tikanis.
Gala Faristo.
Can I know the language?
Okay, all right. This is Carlos. Carlos is my friend. He's a Greek resident in South Africa. He was born and bred in South Africa. That's why we're speaking Greek language. All right, Carlos, please. Energy crisis which is going on in Africa. We're having the same problem in my beloved country, Ghana. And the same thing which is happening in South Africa. I can see day in and day out, this low shadow thing is getting out of hand, and South Africans are getting out of control. Seriously. Sometimes I used to tell them that guys, you should calm down, because what is going on in Nigeria and Ghana is more serious more than here. But you know, they never experienced something like that. So sometimes people used to be angry. You staying in South Africa, you residing in South Africa, how are you people are coping with this energy crisis? This in Ghana we call it doomso. In South Africa we call it what? Low shadow. How are you people are coping with it?
Erismo, look, I think we are not coping good with the power issue. I think the poor people, like below the middle class, is suffering more because the resources is limited, and it's a big problem with the majority of the population is now unemployed in South Africa and poor. So that's the crisis, because in the end, with the power issue, it's going to cause a lot of other issues. Like crime is going to start to coming up soon with this power thing, and the reason being is when the ESCOM now they mentioned that it's at a point where certain things in the ESCOM by the power station is not being fixed, and it's quite serious matters that if it doesn't get fixed, the problem that's gonna come when it doesn't get fixed is a very, very bad problem in this country.
Bad problem. Yes,
seriously. It's going to be bad, and even it's possible that 30% of South Africa, they're going to have permanent no power until that problem gets fixed. Can you imagine? Every day you sit no power, even for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. That's what's going to happen if they don't fix it.
And if they don't fix it, you're going to have a collapse of the grid. That's going to be a big problem for everybody in South Africa.
Oh, God.
If that grid collapses due to the frequency of all stations must be running properly and well, and they're not. And that frequency works on all the substations working together well. As we all know, those substations are not working well, some of them. So there is a very big chance that this grid can collapse. And then we're going to sit with problems of we need to stock up on water, on fuel, all these things, like my son said. At the end of the day, the middle class people don't have that money to run and buy and stock up on all these things as the upper class people have the money to do it. We can just stock up on what we can stock up on, and then you just got to see what happens after that and all fend for ourselves.
Wow.
It's just not, it's not right.
It's not right. It's not right. As what you are saying is not right, because you're talking about, you say the middle class will fall down and the poor will still be poor because they can't afford it. So that means that only the rich can enjoy the facilities. They can spend money to buy something like that to keep the energy on. And I'm hearing something like small business have shut down because of this low shadow issue.
Think about it, Aries. When COVID hit and they told people that you got to go stock up, who was able to stock up? The rich went and cleared the shops out, and then there was nothing left for the poorer class people. Yes. When you get to the shops, there's no milk, there's no this, there's no that, because people went and shopped like it was crazy. They went on a frenzy and shopped all the shops dry of important items. That was people with money and greed. Because you should be able to say, you know what, I can't afford it, but I need to leave for people that are less fortunate than myself. But people, that is a human trait in the whole world. It's not a culture thing. It's just that where money is concerned, people are greedy and evil. And the same thing is going to happen with this, where people went even the last time and they stocked up on petrol, and then the stations are dry because the rich person goes and takes 50 of those bottles to go fill. And then when you get there and you just want to put in your car to get to your daily job to earn your little bit of money, you don't have petrol. So that's the concern with the grids collapsing, is that it's really going to be a problem for poorer people. You won't be able to get anywhere or do anything. That's why they'll then say you must stock up on dry foods, water, fuel, and not everybody's got gas stoves. They also can't afford all of that.
Yes.
So the people that have got gas, then you must also, it will be a shortage of gas eventually as well.
So, Ma'am, in this case, whom are you shifting the blame to? As this crisis which is hitting your beloved country, South Africa, who will you shift this blame to?
You have to Eris, from there I can take over. Mom said, I think that's what the point I wanted to get from your Ghanaian friend that's on the line also is even people must shout out to their leaders, because firstly, even Cyril Ramaphosa, he must step up his game. He is not doing what he should for the Republic of South Africa. And Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, he is not doing what he's supposed to. I'm telling you now, because people that's leading the country, they can invest 1 billion or 2 billion to fix the power situation in country because they have got the money. Mm-hmm. But how come everybody they're paying tax, the money is getting received by government, and they are not doing anything to better? It's the false promises. This time, we are not voting ANC again. People must stop to vote ANC. They are ruining this country. Even in Ghana, they must get a proper leader that's going to put the money in the country, not in the pocket. Not in the pocket.
Yeah, because, Aries, our government, if the shit has to hit the fan, excuse my language, in this country, he's got places to flee to overseas. They've got mansions everywhere in the world that they can flee to. We've got nowhere to run. We've just got to stay here as the people of this country, pay our taxes every day, and if things get tough, we can run nowhere. We've got to try and fend for ourselves to just survive. When money's involved and power, there's greed. And I think that we are the people of this country. We should all colored people should stand together, all races, against what this government is doing and against the corruption. Everybody that's in it to live a better life in the country, doesn't matter what nationality you are, need to stand together. Because like in the Bible times, even it will tell you, it will be the fight between good and evil at the end of the world. The fight between good and evil. We as good citizens that all want to live together in peace, we need to stand together and say, some countries do that. Their citizens strike and say, we're not accepting that fuel increase. We're not accepting that. We need to do that as well.
Yes.
But we cannot have people looting and torching and burning all this infrastructure down because they're upset with our president.
No, yeah.
Because he does, our taxes are paying for that, all of us. So stand together and have a peaceful march to the right places and tell them what you want to expect of them. But don't go in all the streets in all the cities and burn everything down to the ground.
Okay.
You go to Parliament and strike there.
Okay.
How does burning down innocent people's vehicles and shops do? Or they innocent? They didn't bring this on the country.
Okay. So you mean that a peaceful demonstration, non-violence demonstration, which they have to demonstrate.
Of course.
Peaceful one.
That would be very
No. Why don't they ever have violence at Parliament, at the right places, at the people? You know why?
Okay.
Because an African guy on one of the Facebook groups said, no, they can't go there because there's guards and everything. But then why go to innocent people who's got nothing? You just come there and you go and torch their shop, burn tires everywhere. People can't get to their jobs. COVID has hit people hard in the world already.
Yes.
That people have lost businesses.
Yes.
Why now go and stop the innocent little people that want to get to their job to earn their little bit of money? Because burning tires in all the major roads and they can't get through. Why?
Yes.
How does that help this electricity
no,
problem?
It doesn't help the economy. And you rather putting fire on fire. You understand me? You rather putting fire on fire.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You people have made a tangible contribution. I really, really appreciate it. And I know that all my listeners are listening. They are hearing this in the whole wide world. The same problem which is hitting West Africa have hit South Africa, and it's getting west here and there. My sister, what do you say about?
One thing that I want to say is Africa. We have only one left. Once South Africa fail, I am sorry to say this, the whole Africa, we have failed.
Gonna fail.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Once South Africa fail, I'm a foreigner. I always say that if you are in a country and you said the country shouldn't prosper, it will. But Africa, we have only South Africa standing for Africa. And the painful thing is, once South Africa fails,
everything's gonna collapse.
Yes.
The whole Africa as a whole, we have failed woefully.
Excuse me, Carlos. Excuse me, Carlos. Do you agree with what my sister is saying? My sister from Ghana, which is facing the same problem. Do you agree with what she's saying? Because she's saying something that, and when South African fall, the whole Africa have fallen. South Africa is like the backbone and the gateway of Africa. Africans. Do you agree with her?
I do agree with her, and I can add that, from my opinion, South Africa, even and Zambia, it's got a lot of growth, let's to say that word, and even Zambia is bringing many tourists. Its business is going good in Zambia, even though it's a corruption to a point, but the country and the system in Zambia is working better than in South Africa at the moment. So that's the only thing that is going to be a problem. If South Africa fails, the next country to fail is Zambia. And then we are in big trouble because it's not good. It's really not good.
Your friend is right. It's going to be a domino effect where South Africa is kind of leading and keeping options open for Africa. Once South Africa fails, it's going to be a domino effect, and all the African countries are going to all fail. And what are we going to be left with? Nothing.
One thing that I want South African leaders to know, if in all African countries, have you heard a country or a country bearing the name of one continent? South Africa don't know one thing, and I always, when I have South African godmothers and godfathers, I always tell them, okay, maybe I'm a psychologist, I'm a spiritual person too. I always tell them that, you know one thing, South Africa, the countries around them, how do we call them? We call them Southern.
Yes, Southern.
So South Africa itself has taken that name on itself. So South Africa is a very powerful country by its own self. Even if the whites, the Europes will contest to that, it's very powerful.
Okay.
Because there is nowhere in West Africa that we have any country called West Africa.
Yes.
There is nowhere in East Africa we have a country by its own name.
No.
But it's only in South Africa that we have a country on its own bearing the continent name. So all the countries around South Africa, we call them Southern Africa. And this is a secret I'm bringing out to the leaders. South Africa is very powerful. And once South Africa fail, all Africa, we need to bow down.
All right, viewers and listeners, you heard from my sister that when South Africa failed, all African countries have failed. We're praying that something shouldn't happen because, South Africa is a powerful country. Some of us are residents over here. We take it as our second country and we respect the country, and the country is helping us. And we put in all effort that the country will go far in every aspect. All right, my sister, let's go back again. You were talking something about NDC. Let's continue with the NDC issue.
Let's go and check. Imagine nomination forms. I want us to look at the prices here so that, my dear, if you have an ambition like me, who wants to be a politician, and again, go into chieftaincy things. Please be ready.
Okay.
Some of us, it looks like power is the only thing we look for. Power, wealth. Yeah, because we have people depending on us. So we need to get the power and we get the wealth. All right. The nomination forms for NDC presidential primaries is 30,000.
30,000 cedis.
30,000.
That's a lot of money, eh?
Yo. You are counting 10, 3. 30,000 Ghana cedis. Filing fee was 500,000.
My God.
That is half a million. Good. That is for presidential primaries.
Wow.
Okay.
As a flag bearer, eh?
Yes.
And in this case, how many people are going to contest for it? A lot.
At the moment, NDC, I know of our former president, John Dramani.
Yes.
But so far, so good. He to me.
Hello. Sorry, we just lost Carlos. Okay, you can continue.
And with, I've not really getting.
Hello. Hold on, please. Hello.
I can hear you, my brother. Yes.
Okay, all right. Fitalimo, it seems like your line went off. So in this case, how will you wrap up? What will be your advice to the people in power and the citizens of South Africa? How they should cope with this?
Yeah, much like we were talking even about even the current dictatorship in DRC and certain parts. All the leaders that is in power that are not gonna keep their promise once the country votes them in, and they keep on every 5 years making promise that they do not follow through. They must step down. We need a leadership in the countries, especially in South Africa, that is a leadership that is going to put the money back into the country to bring economy up again and to get the country good. The other leaders, we don't need them and we don't want them. We don't want these people anymore. Yes.
All right, viewers and listeners, you heard from Carlos himself that he's saying that those leaders, they are not leading their country good. They are doing stomach politics, stealing money from the coffers of the people, stealing taxpayers' money. We don't need them. We'll kick them out. You know, some places, especially in West Africa, in Nigeria, Ghana, in Senegal, when you come to East Africa, you know, Congo, this in Cameroon, and so forth and so on. We're going to kick them out, but we are not going to use violence. We are not going to use guns, but we use the social media to kick them out. All right, Carlos, I will thank you very much for being part of us. And send my big thanks to your mom, which contribute to the program. I really, really appreciate it. Serious. It's been a pleasure for having you on this morning program. I know that next time again, we will call you again for we to discuss more issues too.
Yes, we are together. Together, we need to create a movement that is going to wash out these leaders. We need the countries to pick up, because if they don't pick up soon, we're going to have a problem. We need to fight to pick these countries up, everybody together. Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining us. Okay, all right, my sister, Adiepe. All right, taxi. My sister, it's like our time has been, so you should wrap it up for us fast enough, then we go.
At the moment, with the NDC, we have Dr. Kwabena Dufo, former finance minister.
Okay.
Yeah, Kwabena Dufo. And we have former President John Dramani Mahama.
Yes.
So far. And with me, if you are asking me, and if they are going to contest, I have a strong feeling that former president will win.
Wow! You heard it. My sister is saying that former president is going to win. Why do you say so?
Like, you see, Okay, Dr. Kwabena really did well during that time. But to remember, this man, former president, has been and mostly it depends on the campaign team too.
And he has been marketed more than everyone at all. Seriously. Even in MPP, I talk about Alan Shermanson, have been marketed very well.
Yeah,
because it started today. From
and we will host a program on this. Okay. It's my show though.
Okay.
And before, we've known the primaries, the presidential primaries.
Okay.
To pick a form, and the filing is 500,000.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to the parliamentary. Mm-hmm. The parliamentary, picking just. Okay, wait. I always want to get my facts right. Mm-hmm. Okay. The NDC parliamentary election filing fee is 40,000 Ghana cedi. Mm-hmm. And picking of forms is 5,000.
That's a lot of money, eh?
Yeah.
Hey, don't these people, they are rich.
That's why if nowadays, this time, if you ask any politician that is contesting for money and they tell you they don't have, you need to salute it because you spend a lot. You know, in our language, we have this, you say, "Odenam, ene yinam." So you need to. And apart from this, you still need to open the pockets.
Wow.
You still need to open the pockets. So some of us that want to go into politics, we know what is in. And we are ready for the game. So maybe one day. That's why I say the Oputa bomus when you for boom.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I'm Rena break. But before we go, let me send those shout outs.
Okay.
To that special man in my life.
Oh, okay.
When I say that special man in my life, people get it in some way. That special man is no other person than Mr. Anthony K.B. Dazi.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Anthony K.B. Dazi.
Special father. Ready? I am who I am because of you. You build a strong woman. And I'm really proud of you, Daddy. At the moment you are at Rustenburg, I'm very proud of you, Dad. And to the one that want to be bold enough to come and replace Mr. Darcy. Anyone that is bold enough to come and replace Mr. Darcy, shout out to you.
Wow.
And shout out to my boss.
Mr. Foyiba, yeah, I know that one. That she's going to say that one. Look at the way she's looking so pretty. She's wearing green, just like me yesterday. I was wearing green too.
Hey.
Okay, all right. All the best. All right, thank you very much. All right, this is the morning program with me, DJ Aries, and my sister Abuot Pena. All right, let me just wrap up for the international news. The international news, you know, Israel Prime Minister said that he's not going to prosecute any army officer involved of Shireen Abuakle's murder because now they've taken it to court and they are investigating. Because they are saying that the Israelis were saying that the Israel army was saying that no, the bullet which shot Shireen Abuakle was coming from the separatists. But you know, when investigation took place, they saw that no, it was the Israeli sniper who sniped Shireen Abuakle. Shireen Abuakle is a journalist whilst he was doing his job in the Gaza Strip and he was shot to death. One may ask, she is my mentor, DJ Aries. I used to follow her a lot. She's the voice of what? The voice of the Palestinians. You know, one of these days I'll do a show and dedicate the show to her. And you know, when we go to the same international news this morning to Ukraine, Russia missile fall. They say a flying plane jet fall down close to what? Close to a kindergarten, a children's school, and it kills a lot of kids. You know, this war is getting out of hand. But what are we going to do? You know, we pray that President Putin, something would touch his heart and let it go. All the same to when we go to Brazil, Brazil. You remember last week what happened when the demonstrators went and take the presidential palace, and they started demonstrating here and there. It's getting out of hand. So the people with the arrest, they say that they are going to prosecute them. They are going to prosecute them in the court of law. DJ Aries, this is how I want to end the morning program with my sister. What will you say to the viewers and listeners?
Viewers and listeners, we really appreciate you for choosing us and for watching us always. And we promise to give our best out to you. Catch up with me on Monday, and you won't regret it.